For today's morning meditation, I'd like to reflect on a social media post of mine. I wrote, so many hate over appearances. Appearances can take your mind on one wild ride. Never allow appearances to be your tour guide in life. Appearances can be deceiving. What a life lesson. And if I were to give a title to this particular morning meditation, um, it would be Don't Be Deceived by Appearances. Appearances many times lead us down the wrong path. Sometimes we misjudge a person. You know, we perceive a person to be arrogant, or she thinks she's too cute, or he thinks he's too much. And that may not even be that person's personality set or even how the person is. More than once, I've heard someone that everybody would consider drop dead gorgeous, and they're in a state of depression because no one tries to talk to them or no one tries to pursue them because they're so intimidated by their outward, outward beauty. And that person starts having a depression thinking that they're ugly. But people didn't pursue them because of what they perceived by appearances. Appearances, I think, are a thing it's an instrument that I think is in the enemy's toolkit. So many times we miss benchmark portions in our life because I believe that appearances are first cousins with fear. We're so moved by what we see, what we perceive, what we think to be, that we don't move on some things that God has called us into. What appearances have kept you from reaching your best life? How have you let appearances rob you of what God has called you into, lessen your purpose or stifle your impact on this planet because you've been moved by appearances? Maybe that's why the Apostle Paul wrote in his second letter to the church at Corinth that we walk by faith and not by sight. You can't be led by appearances. Maybe some appearances appearances I think go hand in hand not only with fear but with intimidation. We start to calculate, we start to ponder, we start to discern things by just the way that they look. Now, it's a balancing act in life because in Scripture, there's certain scriptures like Mark the perfect man, or you judge a tree by the fruit that it bears, or mark those that sow discord amongst the brethren. So there's Bible for keeping your eyes open. However, the enemy will use your very eyes to make you come up with some of the wrong judgments, wrong discernments, wrong moves, all over appearances. Don't be deceived by appearances. That nice looking guy or that nice looking lady may be harboring the same feelings that you had about them, single person. And you may be finding yourself that they've noticed you also, but you walk by them time after time because you're intimidated by appearances. Maybe that job is looking for your particular skill set, but you haven't applied, you haven't talked to anyone, even though you got the hookup, the inside track, because you've been moved by appearances. Don't be deceived by appearances. Don't allow appearances to lessen your impact on this earth. Sooner or later, you got to walk by what God says. Sometimes you got to make moves with your eyes closed, but you can't spend all of your life being moved by appearances. Appearances can be deceiving. It's my morning meditation. Please don't hate anyone over appearances. That person may be the greatest person and the greatest friend that you've ever got. But if you use all your judgment and you discern them strictly by appearances, you may miss a blessing to your life. That's talking about a person. Think of what other areas you're missing because you're steadily being moved by appearances when appearances can be deceiving. My morning meditation. God bless you.